I'm Rachel, and today on Crack Your Bible, we are finally going to get to a Bible story. Now, that is exactly what I wanted to do when I started this channel, but I had to introduce the main characters first, kind of give you a backstory about the Bible, because we are going to be going through the Bible chapter by chapter. Now, for those of you who haven't seen my last videos, definitely click them. I'm going to have a link up here. But what has happened? Cain and Abel went to sacrifice to God, and God did not accept Cain's sacrifice, but he accepted Abel's sacrifice. And Cain, his whole life, he was told that he was the Messiah and that he was so fabulous. He's the first baby ever born. So this was a humongous blow to Cain's ego. And what does he do? He goes out and he murders his brother Abel. And this is where we're at in the story right now. So, right then, God tells Cain, he's like, "Hey, Cain, where is your brother Abel?" Cain says, "Why are you asking me? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not my brother's keeper." This is where God is like, judgment time. So what God does is he tells Cain, he's like, "First of all, you're done here. You're not going to farm the earth anymore. You're going to be a restless wanderer, and the plants are not going to grow for you anymore. And your brother's blood is crying out to me to convict you of what you've done to him because you murdered him." What does Cain do? Is he remorseful? Is he contrite? Is he upset about his brother? No. Have you ever watched any courtroom drama? Have you ever seen any live actual court? People aren't remorseful. Like, they'll sit stone-faced there, and then all of a sudden when the judge hands down a sentence like life in prison or the death penalty, they're like, "Oh!" All of a sudden then they're upset. And this is how Cain was, because he's like, "Oh, this is too much for me to bear. I can't deal with this. People are going to come and try to kill me." It's not, "Oh, I'm sorry for murdering my brother. I was wrong. I'm remorseful." Nope. "God, don't do this. This is too harsh for me that I'm no longer going to be able to have my job as a farmer and people are going to come out and try to kill me." Cain is just like most criminals today. No remorse. It's all about Cain. So God puts a mark on him, because remember, the population is really small right now. So any death it's a blow to the entire world. So Cain goes out and he marries, obviously, one of his sisters, and he has a son named Enoch. And this is not the same Enoch that you're going to hear about in the Bible, but you'll have lots of people with the same name. But anyway, he builds a city, and then the Bible goes on to tell other people who are born from Cain's line. And unfortunately, sin begets sin, and you can have epigenetics. You can have, a bad seed where you have criminals and they give birth to more criminals. Like, it's just a family of criminals. So you go down Cain's line and it comes to the story of Lamech. And unlike what God had instituted, where marriage was between one man and one woman, Lamech had 2 wives. And he goes home to tell his wives that he had murdered somebody. So nobody's going to touch Lamech because, nobody touched Cain because God had put that mark on him. So you just have this very arrogant, criminal family. And you can see how they just completely neglect the laws of God. They don't care about God. They don't care about what's right. It's all about pleasure for themselves. So anyway, we are going to continue with our stories next week on Monday. I will see you on Wednesday and Friday when we go over our Crack Your Bible vlog. But I would like you to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you later. Bye.